The object of Taxi Chronicles is to allow real riders with real stories share their experience and enhance your life. So sit back and enjoy the journey. Morning, morning, morning. Yes, we're back with another episode, another lovely rider. Today we have Tracy in the house. And she's Pilates. Thank you, Tracy. Expert, and she teaches up in Aberdeen, where she's from, which is actually currently 1 degree up there and it's 7 degrees down here. So for all those Londoners who complain about the weather, it could always be worse. But anyway, nice to have you here today, Tracy.
Thank you.
So why Pilates, and how long have you been in the industry?
So I've been a teacher for about 10-11 years, and Pilates, just because it's amazing for your body, it's a great way to move. You feel physically stronger and mentally better after every workout. Mm-hmm. And it can help with any injuries, it can keep your body fit and strong, and yeah, it's just a great workout to do. You can do it whatever your situation, condition, illness, you can do Pilates.
What's the difference between Pilates and yoga?
Good question. So Pilates focuses a lot more on strengthening the isolated muscles. Yoga there's different forms, of course, but it's a lot about moving through the positions and holding the poses. So they both provide strengthening effects, but in different ways. So yoga, much more stretching, lengthening, and the Pilates more about repetitions into the muscles.
And do you find that as a Pilates expert, you can also do yoga?
Yes, yeah. So I do teach some parts of yoga. I do therapeutic yoga to complement the Pilates. But they both have similar aspects. You both need core strength and to move in certain ways. So you could do both, but they have different areas. Yoga, you generally need a bit more flexibility and mobility, whereas the Pilates you could maybe do without having that level of flexibility.
Normally you see on like TV and what have you, it's a dominated industry by women. Do you get many men?
So it is much more women dominant, I would say, but my classes, I usually always have a few men, maybe 2 or 3 men to 9 or 10 women.
Okay. Oh.
So it is getting more popular.
What have you learned about the industry that you wish you knew when you had started?
Oh wow, that you're always learning and that you still need to practice all the time. So there's always new, especially with Pilates, there's new research about how it can help different conditions, different areas, there's different ways of doing things. So you're always learning, but that's exciting because it means you can always help more things, you can always improve what you're teaching and what you're doing. Mm-hmm. But even though I teach all the time, I still need to practice all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I suppose you need to keep that flexibility up.
Yeah, you just need to keep your strength up all the time.
Do you get any martial arts people who come in your class?
I haven't actually, no.
So I've been practicing Muay Thai and I've realised my hindrance is that I'm not flexible.
Okay.
So I've been thinking, okay, I need to do some stretching classes where I can, it's just dedicated to stretching. So I was just wondering, what's the history of Pilates? How long's it been around? I know yoga goes back to a warrior.
Yeah, warrior
forever. Fighting.
Yeah.
Fighting. That's why you got the warrior pose and all of that.
So Pilates is back from World War II. Joseph Pilates, he was actually on a prisoner of war camp, and he realised all the people that were getting sick on the camps, and he thought if they did some exercise they might recover better. So he started teaching them some exercises to try and help. And then all of the people that he taught ended up not getting sick again. And so then he moved to New York afterwards and he set up Pilates studios, and he then modified his method and improved his method in a way that would help people be physically stronger all the time.
Okay.
So he works for strength, but when you're saying about your Muay Thai, it would work on flexibility, but you would strengthen your core and strengthen your hips so that you can maybe balance better and increase your flexibility while having the strength to support yourself.
Okay, that's interesting. So where is this guy from originally?
He's originally from Germany.
Okay.
Yeah, and then he'd moved over to England during the war, and then eventually he moved to America. That's
interesting because you know the exercise burpees?
Yes.
That was formed in a prisoner of war camp as well.
Ah, okay.
During the American Civil War.
Right.
An officer wanted to stay fit, so he's called Mr. Burpees, by the way, and he started to do that, press ups, squat kind of thing, jump, and they call it burpees.
Oh wow.
And there you have it. Okay. What does I haven't even asked you, what's the name of your business?
Yeah, so my business is called Freshly Centered. So it's all about having a fresh approach to your center, your core, and to your whole body being centered physically, mentally. So it's Pilates business. I do classes, online classes. There's an online membership platform, a free YouTube channel, but it's all under Freshly Centered.
Okay, so is it freshlycentered.com?
Yes.
What's your Instagram handle? Your
It's
IG?
also Freshly Centered.
Okay, Freshly Centered. Do you want to spell that for us?
Yeah, so Freshly, it's just as Freshly, and then Centered, CENT, and ERED.
Okay, thanks a lot for that. And our last question to you is, what does the future hold for you?
Oh wow. So I want to share Pilates with as many people as possible. So my on-demand platform that I've created, I'm creating programs for back pain runners, everybody, you name it, there'll be a Pilates program for them so that everyone can enjoy and share Pilates.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot for that, and we wish you well.
Yeah, thank you.
And to our listeners out there, do not forget to check out our sister podcast, Africa Investor Stories, where we interview people from around the world who've invested in Africa, and we hear what it's really like to invest in that continent. We hope that episode enhanced your life. We post an interview every day, as well as vlogging on our social media channels. Don't forget to subscribe to get our latest episode.